Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology Podcast. Hi, Alejo.
Hi.
I try to be nice. I try to be, gentle, smooth, to blend myself, to tune in to
You try
today's
to be
sign.
serious. I'm like,
I try to tune in because usually, my usual speed. Hello, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology. This is the most easy way to learn. No, today is Libra. So I try to, hello, everyone. Welcome to 10 Minutes Astrology Podcast, the most easy way to learn astrology. I'm Rod Chang.
And I am Alejo Lopez.
Okay, anyway. Okay, I just be silly. Okay, well, welcome, everyone. And then today, anyway, before we start, to be honest, when we start to play, I forget everything. But before we start, I have to mention very important event for our school, Academy of Astrology UK. Well, on the 16th of July, Alejo will give a talk, an important talk, and super interesting talk, the Astrology of Happiness. I mean, a lot of people going to learn astrology. They want to know about themselves. They want to solve the problem. They want to know about the future. They want to know, are they going to earn up money or are they going to get ill? But to be serious, why people didn't think about a chart can bring them happiness?
I don't know why. I think it's the most basic question. What makes you happy?
Yeah, and when you raise this issue, and people just like, oh, I never think about that. That's interesting. That's really interesting topic. So really looking forward to see everyone on the 16th of July, 1 p.m. BST, UK time. Then Alejo going to talk about the astrology of happiness. Really must be interesting. But so let's come back to today. Since May, we start talking about the star sign or zodiac sign. We found Aries. Now, today we're halfway through. We already passed the halfway. We're going to talk about Libra.
Yes. Should I start?
Yeah. Why not?
So this is a Libra thing, basically to ask the other person if you should do something or not.
You play Libra again. Okay.
I'm playing Libra, yes.
Okay.
So the story we had prepared for you today is a story about King Solomon. Maybe you've heard the story before. So he was one of the kings of Israel. He was a very important king of Israel. He's the son of David, the king of Israel. And basically he was given to David to because David had been adulterous, so God was angry with him. So basically, when Solomon was born, it was the proof that God had forgiven David for his sins. So he came in to bring balance back to earth, basically. Solomon became king, and he goes to God and he asks a gift to be able to be a good king. And God says, okay, what do you want? And he says, what I want is wisdom. And because he's not asking for power, he's not asking for wealth, he's not asking to have, I don't know, the biggest military force or things like that. He's just asking for wisdom. God feels moved by this, and he gives Solomon a lot of wisdom. So Solomon is considered the wisest character in the Bible after Jesus Christ. And of course, he's one of the prophets for the Islam world. He's also one of the prophets. Anyway, what happened, the famous story about Solomon is he was king and he was so wise that people from all over would come and visit him and ask for his advice because he was the wisest man on earth, basically. So this is said over and over in the Bible that people were coming to him because he was so wise from all over the globe. And basically, these two women came claiming to be the true mother of a child. And
oh yes,
it was very hard to decide. Famous case, exactly. How do you know who's going to be the mother? He was like, how could I know? The baby is just a baby. The baby cannot talk. How could I know who is the true mother of the child?
Try
so he
the
decided. Exactly, he could have done a DNA test. Back then he didn't have. We're talking about maybe 800 years before Christ, so maybe 800 or 900 years. So he didn't have that option. So basically, he decided to split the baby in two. And he said, okay, you know what? You can each keep a half. Of course, one of the mothers said, okay, let's do that. And the other mother said, no, I'd rather give him to her than see him suffering. And that's how he realized who the true mother was, because only the true mother would be willing to give up his own son in order to make sure he's going to survive.
That
So
is,
this,
yes.
yeah, the one that showed compassion was the one that was given the child, right?
Yeah, yes. I think this is very interesting story. The first, there is a few link between this story with Libra. The first, the judgment, and with the with the like kind of a court case or law. These are usually related to Libra because we all know about the goddess of justice always hold a Libra to balance. And that is the sign, and they use this story as an archetype about the judgment, about the two mother going to argue about. And another one, yes, fair enough, cutting in half. I'm sorry, I feel quite terrible if I say that. It's a killing a baby, and but I agree. Yes, the true mother would not.
The true mother would
Agree.
not. But I think this idea of trying to do everything in a balanced way. So we split in two. The same idea, David became, Solomon was given to David in order to bring balance back. So this idea of
Mm-hmm.
Libra, which is a sign that always wants things to be balanced, things to
Mm-hmm.
be ordered, things to be fair. Of course, then you
Mm-hmm.
can go and you have each one has their own idea of what balance, what's fair, and this kind of
Yeah.
things. Of course, right?
Yes.
Uh, I mean, otherwise you might find characters that are quite nasty that have a strong Libra, and you go like, oh wow. But for them,
It's,
that's how to bring balance. That's how to bring equality,
mm,
right?
I agree with you because, well, I mean, usually when people talk about Libra, it sounds like they are little lamb. They are very cute. They're very sweet. To be honest, well, if you if you have more experience, you might meet some Libra. Not only some in Libra. There's a lot of Libra, different type of Libra, and they could be decisive. They could be aggressive too. But it's the general idea is not just they are nice, but also there's a balance, and
Exactly.
there is also kind of a justice. When they feel like there's no justice, when they feel like they need to balance, like everyone play like a little angel, and then they probably just in that case they will play the devil to balance the
Yes, exactly.
situation. And sometimes
Exactly.
this can annoy you. But I like to bring another character in also in the Bible to balance your talk, which is the Queen of Sheba. In the Bible story, they are pair. They are kind of a pair because one is wisdom and a male character, and the Queen of Sheba is the kind of from today's Yemen and the Ethiopias, and she is the image of the good fortune, abundance,
Yes.
with about
Yeah.
a lot of harvest, and you can see that kind of archetype of the they are pair each other, they are balance each other, one with wisdom and a good heart, and another one with abundance, with a lot of food, with a lot of a fortune. And that is so interesting in the Bible. They kind of balance each other, this kind of thing. So when we think about the Libra, the first things, everyone doesn't matter, astrology or not, usually you're talking about the balance.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Bring in
Yeah.
balance. And I think it's very important to bring it into the context. So how will this person bring balance? Like
Mm-hmm.
what Rod was saying, right? If they are in an aggressive situation, they will bring balance,
Mm-hmm.
probably trying to bring a peaceful approach. If they are everybody's too peaceful and too nice, they will try to bring balance, maybe provoking some change. There's this idea
Yeah.
of needing. So basically, the idea of Libra is like it needs to read what's outside in order to
Mm.
see how to act in order to balance the scales again, right?
Yes, indeed. But I think what we talk is not just about a sun sign. We have to kind of remind everyone again.
Yes.
Because every time we talk about signs, somehow because we are teaching, we are trying to help the beginner to understand astrology. So I think it's necessary for us to remind everyone again. What we talk about here is not just a sun in Libra or sun sign in Libra, because I think it's quite important because like Alejo said, when we look at the chart, there are so many planets in the
Yeah,
chart.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so if we bring this idea to the planets, for instance, if it's Mars in Libra, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
act in a way that wants to bring balance, right?
Yeah.
It's going
Yeah.
to act paying attention to what's happening outside of them. If we
Yeah.
bring, I don't know, let's say Mercury in Libra, they're going to speak
Yes.
and think, how can I bring balance to the situation?
Yes.
How can I be fair in this situation?
Yes. So
Right? So
this is,
it's
yeah. Yeah. This is why we make this theory of a video, because we are trying to help a beginner try to read the chart, try to get into the chart a little bit more precise, more close to the professional way. At least it's not just talking about sun sign, moon sign, ascendant.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
But that's, yeah, sorry.
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 No, I mean, if we think of Libra, we can also approach it by thinking, okay, it's cardinal air.
Exactly.
You were
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
say
That's
that.
copy. I was about to say that. So, this is a balanced way. How about I let you start?
Okay, so if it's an air sign, it's
Yeah.
about the abstract of the mind. It's about thoughts, this idea of civilization, perhaps the idea of rationality, right?
Yeah.
And the idea of the social world, right? And if it's
Yeah.
cardinal, it's something that it's starting that movement, right? That's why Libra. That's why we're making the joke that Libra asks, "Do you want to do this? Should you start?
Yeah.
Should you?" Because the idea is that they start to engage with the social world. And how
Yeah.
do you engage with other people? By asking them questions and showing you're interested in getting to know them, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think I like a joke. Some astrologers talking about Libra. I say Libra is just Aries in a polite way.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. No,
And
I think it's a good joke.
I always remember that joke because, well, if a Aries or the fire sign, they are more direct, they will say, "Do you mind?" and push you away. But Libra will, "Would do you mind, please?" in a
Yeah.
very gentle way. And I think when I think about that, I think about it, the ancient in the ancient film, older film, that English gentleman or English lady. Do you mind? It means don't touch me. But
Yeah,
still firm
exactly.
in a very
Yes.
firm way. And I like that image. Yes, air sign. I like to see air sign from another view is about I think with people, contact with people. Then three air signs represent the three aspects. Like in the Gemini, there is like people close to them, like our
Mm.
neighborhood and a sibling. But when you bring to the Libra, it's equal side. So you and me, one to one. And then when you go to the Aquarius, that would be group, huge, lot of people. So this is another layer of the air sign with cardinal, because we usually hear about the people talking about the Libra. They are nice, they are polite, they are this and that, or they are indecisive. Some people will say that,
Yeah.
and which true or may not true, just maybe that maybe just they being polite. They probably already know what they want,
Yeah, I
and
think they
then they
know.
may, yeah.
Sorry. I mean, it's something that I've noticed that some people, this is more of people who have a sun in Libra, I've noticed.
Yes.
Uh, that they ask maybe a lot of people what they think, but
Yes.
they know already what they think. But they need to
Mm-hmm.
ask, they need to gather all of the opinions, and then
Mm.
they say they're gonna do what they said at the first place. You know, it's like they need to read what everybody else is feeling in order to be confident in what they feel. But they already knew.
Okay.
They already knew.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very interesting. What's your opinion about this? In the end, you go to my way.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I do think maybe the moon in Libra shows more undecisive traits because
Okay.
there is a compulsion to
Mm-hmm.
balance, and making a
Mm-hmm.
decision is creating an unbalance, right? So there is
Yes.
perhaps this kind of instinct to
Mm-hmm.
never to upset the balance.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
maybe in that sense, maybe there's more an undecisive trait. But I would say it's more like a moon in Libra. I wouldn't say it's every planet in Libra.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I think the Libra. I don't really think they are totally indecisive. But yes, the process or consideration is true. Is true. But I think that doesn't mean they really indecisive. And today, I mean, I today I don't know why I keep break down the Libra is such a nice little lamb's image, because I'm going to bring another case, because we usually talk about the planet in sign, and sometimes we bring the case, like when we talk about the Leo, we talk about the Andy Warhol, the great contemporary artist, about his colorful image. Today, I want to bring another person, which, because I think recently remind us of her. She's not a big famous person, but today or this day, I mean, because a couple weeks ago, when you watch this video, a couple weeks ago, American Supreme Court just overturned the abortion right in the federal level. That means it's allowed the older states to make decision, are they going to make abortion illegal or not? And sounds like a half part of states in the United States are going to illegalize abortion. And that is really upsetting. But that interesting, because our good friend Leanne McCarvey, she mentioned about this person. This was the original person who bring the law to court to say this law is unconstitutional. And which her name is, let me show the chart first, and we can talk about a little bit about her. It was very interesting because when you see her chart, okay, her name is people used to know her name called Jen Roy, but this is her name, Roma Mccarvey. And in 1973, she was pregnant third time, and she really fed up. She wanted to have an abortion, but under the Texas law, she was not allowed to do that. So she bring this case to the Supreme Court, say this is unconstitutional. And finally, on the 22nd of January, they decide, yes, that is unconstitutional. They give back the abortion law to themselves. And today, well, not today, this year, they take it back. I just can't believe it. And anyway, I don't want to go too much about emotion. Calm down. Then let's talk about Libra. Look at her chart. How interesting. There is a
I
Venus.
think this is a super interesting chart. I'm thinking a lot of more things, not just Libra, to be honest. But let's stay in Libra.
Yep. But after that, we can talk about that. Let's focus on Libra, and after that, tell us what you think, because I think people will be interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Venus in Libra. I mean, in the beginning, you say, "Oh, she fights like this way." Though you got her Venus in Libra and Neptune in Libra and Mercury in Libra. I think the first principle about that is justice. It's about justice. It's about her right. And it's be a woman, be a female. That Venus in Libra, it's not just about a knife. It's about her right, her justice. And in 11th house, bring this subject to the public level.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Very interesting. No, I think, I agree with you. I think it's very interesting. I think Venus we haven't studied rulerships here in this. So I don't know if I'm going too much into it, but this Venus is ruling this.
We can explain. Yes.
So the Venus is ruling the 7th house. And so that's how we relate to other people. So again, this idea that she wants to be, she approaches others like, I'm the bringer of justice. And Venus conjunct Neptune is like, I'm the archetype of a feminine, and I know what's right for women, something like that, But the other thing I was drawn to it, to be honest, it goes away from Libra. It's a Scorpio rising.
Yeah.
And it's ruled by Mars in Cancer.
Yes.
In the 9th house, which is what's the meaning of family, what's the meaning of tradition, what's the meaning of caring, of nurturing.
Yeah.
And how do we fight for that?
In the 9th house, the house of law.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was
that is
struck.
very, very interesting. That is very interesting. For people who were super beginner, don't worry about that. Later we will introduce the rulership and the house. So later you may understand what are we talking about. But this is about This is about, you know, the Libra, about the justice, Libra about this is how she related to other people. She definitely believed people should be equal. She definitely believed because with that, the Venus rule the seventh house, everyone should be equal, everyone globally, because that Neptune bring that Venus in the Libra kind of fills out kind of everyone should like this. And the Mercury in the Libra not only talk about the balance, it's also talking about justice. It's also talking about justice. And well, we talked about Cancer before. So this the ascendant ruler in Cancer is a super interesting case.
I think it's super interesting. Also, this moon in Capricorn, you know, we wonder what her relationship with her mother might have been. This moon in Capricorn opposite Uranus.
Maybe, or maybe with her children.
Or maybe with her own children, yes.
Yeah. It's quite interesting. Yes, with this moon, and this moon is square Venus. I think we should stop here because if we continue,
because we're getting,
we will read the whole chart, and people will get very confused. So, how about the exercise for our audience?
Okay, let's do an exercise. Let's do, I would say you have to try to think about the difference between the moon, the sun, and the ascendant in Libra.
Okay.
We said, I mentioned a few something about the moon, but try to go with some more ideas, get some more ideas about how will this be expressed different if it's the moon, the sun, or the ascendant in Libra.
Yes. So in order to do that, you have to think first. It's not just about Libra's a keyword or Libra's archetype. You have to ask yourself, what is sun about? What's different between sun and moon and ascendant? Review that. If you forget that, go back to our video. We already talked about sun, moon, ascendant, and think about again what sun means represent in our chart. Okay, definitely not like a moon. Moon would be mother, would be childhood, would be food, would be nurture, and then would be ascendant, would be totally another story. So that's why every planet in a sign, supposedly in Libra, they bring different story. And then when astrologer doing that, we analyze it, and then later we put it together, we integrate it again. So this is how we do the astrology. But today, you know, after we're reading about the Venus in Libra, let's try to do Sun, Moon, Ascendant in Libra. Thank you for listening and watching 10 Minutes Astrology. And this week we learned a little bit about Libra. Most people say they are lovely, they are sweet. Well, but they could be very brave. They could be very brave and stand for themselves. In the case, they're looking for justice. And we really hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you like our video, please like and subscribe. If you have any question or feedback, please send us a message to at AOAUK on the Telegram or send email to aoa.inquiry@gmail.com. Please join our Facebook group on the 10 Minutes Astrology. And you know, you can also find me on Instagram at AOAUKROD. Alejo also has his Instagram. So Alejo, your Instagram is
at Liminal Cosmos.
Liminal Cosmos. And next week we're going to talk about
Scorpio.
Scorpio. I was about to do this. I was saying this could be Cancer too.
No, I have this thing growing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, next week we talk about Scorpio, and then until then, bye. Stay tuned.
Bye bye.